Which channel is English, please? English 2. Pablo. Gracias. Pablo. Pablo. Por favor, aquí. Por favor. Pablo. Gracias. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you. Come on, guys, so we can start. Please. Okay, do we have microphones? 1, 2 microphones. Okay. If we could see a show of hands, please, so we know where we're going with questions. If you could please give your name and organisation before the question, please. We'll start just here then.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Martin from Diariara. Both teams like to have the ball. They like to control the game. Obviously, this is not possible when one team has the control of the ball, the other one doesn't. How do you see tomorrow's game, considering this, that both teams want to be the main protagonists, both want to control the ball?
Yeah, well, maybe it's a game in which two teams are going to try to go out there with a very clear idea of the game. I think both teams like to keep the ball. That is something key for both teams. And, well, that will be the key in order to, if we want to control the game, we're going to try to keep the ball, be offensive, to create as many chances as possible, and from there we'll see if we can convert any chances, and that could be where the game could be defined or decided. So the idea of both for Barca and for us is based on the ball control, keeping the ball, and we're both teams that have players which are able to play that sort of game. So, fighting for the ball is going to be key.
Pablo, Enzo Olivera.
Enzo Olivera for Tenfield, Uruguay. It's a clear question. We know that you had to face and defend Luis Suarez, and that's where he will be moving as a striker. But what do you think about the movements of Luis?
Well, Luis is one of the best strikers in modern football. So it's a player that for every defender is very difficult to play against. He's very intelligent. He's got, with the ball, he's got an ability to create chances and define. And without the ball, he's in constant movement, generating spaces. Always trying to start the game, the beginning of start the play at the center of the pitch, then go out to any of the sides. So we have to really pay attention to him, be close to him, not to give him any advantage, because we know of his of his ability towards goal, and if we give him a chance, just to be near our goal, that is going to be much worse for us, of course.
Pablo, hello. Nick Collins from Sky Sports News. How much of a difference can Pep Guardiola make for you? It's 4 defeats out of 4 when you face Barcelona in the Champions League. Yet here's a man who's won it twice and in 7 seasons has always made it to the semi-finals.
Well, obviously, we got a new manager with a new style of play. It is true we play a few times against Barcelona. Unfortunately, always we couldn't beat them. But always there's a new chance for a new manager. I think at the moment we've been playing in a good football, and obviously we come into Barcelona to try to keep playing in our style, not to change anything, because we are going to play against one of the greatest teams in Europe. Of course that we have respect on them, but not fair. Of course that we will try and we will play the game tomorrow to try to win it, and of course that the manager been preparing that game the last 2 days to see and to find what is the best way to attack and try to create damage on Barcelona's defense, and also how to be solid and always in a good position when we are the ball. So tomorrow is a game where we have to try, or we will try to have the control of the game, having the ball, keeping the ball, and I think Barcelona is also a team who likes to play in a similar way than us. So we expect an attractive game, and of course then the quality will make the difference.
The previous games were knockout matches when you played them. This time you faced them twice in the group stages. Does that change the approach at all?
Probably,
and
yeah.
How important is discipline for you?
Of course, it's not the same when you play in the group of stage and when you play in the round 16 like last two times, especially because the first game was at the Etihad Stadium, and when you come to the Camp Nou with a defeat in the first game, it's also really hard. Now is different. Is another game of stage of group, and of course that we are looking for the 3 points. We got a chance to, if we got a chance to win, of course that will be great. We still need 2 wins maybe to go through to the next round. So of course that we are just 100% focused on tomorrow's game to try to win it.
Pablo, just to your right here. Can you give us an idea of, with Pep Guardiola in charge, the specifics that he has given to you to prepare for this match? And do you, with him in charge to play Barcelona, feel that you now have something that you didn't have before when you've played them?
Well, the first thing is I think Pep knows very well Barcelona players. He's been working with most of them. And he knows very well their quality, and I think Barcelona didn't change too much from his time at the club. They still playing in the same way. They've been dominating European football for so many years now, and of course for us it's a new style of play, something that we've not been doing before. So that is football about, you know. When you have a new manager with new ideas, you need to try to do as good as possible. And we saw in the last few games that always we try to play with 3, with 4 at the back, but always the idea is the same: trying to control the games, being an attacking team, create as many chances as we can, and of course then be clinical in front of the goal. So as I say before, I think two teams with the same ideas, so we expect and hopefully to have an attractive game, and of course try to win it.
Aquí Pablo, a tu izquierda, soy Gemma Soler de ESPN.
To your left, ESPN. You said much has been said whether Messi would be available for this game. He will be. Is it more difficult for you to win here at the Camp Nou with Messi on the pitch? And what are your feelings when playing against Messi?
Well, Leo is always a key factor for Barca. He's the best player in the world. He's a player who, having him as a player, having him in the squad is just changes everything, you know. So we've seen he's recovered from his injury quite well. He played a few minutes in the second half against Deportivo, and he didn't need much time to score a goal. So we all know of his ability, his quality, and what Leo can generate if he can play. So having said that, we need to be ready. We know that Barcelona is a team that has 3 players up front which make a huge difference. And obviously I've known Leo for a long time, so I always wish him well. I always want him to play every game. So at the end of the day, it's always about playing against the best, and you gotta beat the best. So we are prepared. We come here prepared to do so, and I wish we can achieve it in the best possible way tomorrow.
Hi, Pablo. The former manager used to talk about Barcelona being on another level to everyone else in the world. I wonder, was there a mental block among the players when you came up against Barcelona? And has this manager given you a different approach to it, maybe not quite so fearful?
Well, as I said before, I think Barcelona been dominating European football for so many years. They won these competitions a few times, and they got experience, and they have probably 4 or 5 of the best players in the world in different positions. So even if we have Guardiola as a manager now, we are Manchester City. We have different players with a new style of play, and of course we prepare the games to win. And whatever it is, the team we're gonna play against, we prepare the game always to win. And we are not gonna change the style depending who we got in front. So. Having said that, tomorrow you need to perform at the same level than them. You cannot make mistakes. You need to take the opportunities and be clinical in front of the goal. You need a perfect game to beat Barcelona. I think that is the key tomorrow. But we need to be also prepared, because not every team comes to the Camp Nou and win easily. We need to will be a moment where you can suffer a little bit during the game. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can control the game as much as we can. But if we win the game, we want to win the game playing in our way.
Okay, guys, take 2 more questions. One here, and then one at the back there.
Hola Pablo, Marc Garriga.
Marc Garriga, Catalunya Radio, to your left. Luis Enrique, this morning in the press conference, said that since the beginning of the season, he had noticed a great effect of Guardiola in your team. How do you notice his arrival in Manchester City? How are you training? What feelings do you have?
Well, I think Pep has a way to see the game, a special way to see the game. He's a manager who, everywhere he was, he tried to impose a particular way of playing, style of playing, and also convince the players to play that way. And I think that he's making it happen in Man City. We are a team that we are a club that is growing year after year, and we've won important competitions, but Champions League has been elusive. We haven't had the chance to play the final and win it in the last few years. We always had the feeling that when we got to the later stage of the competition against important rivals, we've kind of felt a small disadvantage. And when you play against the best, you've got to be, fit for that, and got to be ready for that. So through the years, we've been learning, and I think if Pep chose to come to Manchester City, is that because he thought it was the ideal club with the ideal players to try and keep feeding this project and win in terms of mentality, in terms of style of play, and we are very, very happy to be able to work with him. I think with all the players, for any player, working for one of the great managers is a great satisfaction. We're enjoying ourselves. We are at the top top part of the table in the Premiership, and we want to make history in the Champions League. So let's hope that we can keep working in the same way, keep enjoying with Guardiola, and like I said, at the end of the season, hopefully we will win important silverware.
John Domenic, El Periódico. As a defender, who do you see is most difficult to stop? Neymar or Messi? Or in the case of Messi, would you think it's more difficult because he shares the same nationality as you do, and you find it more difficult to stop it?
Well, I said that both Neymar and Messi are 2 extraordinary players. So they have such an ability to create an imbalance in the rival team, which is incredible, and they can make a difference at any particular time. So you, as a defender, you can have a perfect game, you can play a perfect game, and then in the 90th minute, just you can lose your balance in the last play of the game, and they can score a goal. So there are two players who make a difference. They are two of the best strikers in the whole world, and Barca has the chance to have them both together. And we've even seen that in the last few years, the way they understand each other and they participate in attack and create chances, score goals. So as a defender, I would say that tomorrow is one of those games that you need to play again a perfect game, so they cannot leave them alone at any time. So we don't want to make their game easy.
Okay, guys, thanks. We'll be back with Pep shortly.
Okay, done. Thank you. Gracias.